Hello and welcome to another episode of What Travis Says. My name is Travis and let's talk about Doctor Who. More specifically, did showrunner Chris Chibnall trick us into believing that he wasn't going to cast a female as the Doctor? Now we all know that Chris Chibnall was taking up the mantle of showrunner when Stephen Moffat announced way back in January that he was stepping down. And then about a week after that, Peter Capaldi also announced that he was going to be leaving the show, which caused fans to go into chaos and pandemonium. People who were fans of Peter Capaldi from the beginning and people who recently became fans and were sad to see him leave the show already. And with a new showrunner and a new Doctor on the horizon, everyone was clamoring about who the new Doctor should be. So since Chibnall was going to be the big man in charge, most of the decision fell on him and various other BBC executives. And as we all know, Jodie Whittaker was chosen to play the Doctor in the upcoming season. But during the initial decision-making process, Chris Chibnall said some things that made it seem like his mind was being swayed one way or another. In a February interview, he explicitly stated that he did not want the casting of the new Doctor to be a gimmick. Now, some people took that as him deciding not to cast a female as the Doctor, because casting a female as the Doctor would be a gimmick. But would it? Would it really? And after the Jodie Whittaker announcement, Chris Chibnall said that he had always wanted the 13th Doctor to be a woman. But wait, he didn't want a gimmick casting, but he ended up deciding on the gender of the actor to play the role before casting even happened? Does that actually make sense? Yes, it makes sense because that's not actually how you need to be thinking about it. If the casting was just to appeal to a small group of people, then yes, it would be a gimmick. If the casting was just to cash in on initial ratings and views, then yes, it would be a gimmick. But if you believe that casting a woman as the Doctor after all of these years is a gimmick, then you are part of what's wrong with this whole equation. I'm sure that Chibnall didn't want to allude to the fact that the Doctor might be a female, but I'm sure that at that point he didn't know himself. It was just something in the back of his mind that he kind of thought would be really interesting. Even his wording, he had always wanted the 13th Doctor to be a female. Maybe he wanted the 13th Doctor to be a female from when he was a kid. Maybe he had talked to BBC executives and convinced them that this was going to be a good idea. We don't know how things went down behind the scenes. What we do know is that they saw many male and female actors for the role, not just women. And in that sense, Chibnall himself did not see casting a woman as the Doctor as a gimmick. The way I see it, they interviewed all these people, they saw all of their acting prowess, and they landed on Whittaker. And they chose Whittaker because she was the best person for the role. You know, the way people should be cast in things. The best person for the job, even if that person isn't a male. Maybe that's why I'm just so open-minded about the whole future of this series. I'm really excited to see where it's going to go. I don't believe that casting a female in the role of the Doctor is a gimmick, and I'm pretty sure that Chris Chibnall feels exactly the same way. But hey, in the comments down below, let me know how you think about if Chris Chibnall tried to trick us, if you think that casting a female as the Doctor is a gimmick and why, and let's have a conversation about it. As always, my name is Travis, thank you for listening to what I have to say, and you will see me tomorrow.